Evening, everybody. Bit of a panic there. Sorry. Couldn't get the volume going, but we're going now. Welcome to Friday evening, your quizzy quiz for quizzers quiz. Just get settled in and I'll be with you in 2 ticks. Sorry, guys. Super. We're back in the room. Just let's get... hey, Pete, Paul, Billy. I'll be back to you in a moment, Paul. Just let's get YouTube going, guys. You're very, very welcome. And I'll tell you what we've got in store for you this evening. Awesome. We're good. We're good on both YouTube and Facebook. So, Friday, your quizzy quiz for quizzers quiz. No masks tonight. Phew. So what have I got in store for you? Hey Cora, Isabel, hey Sandra, hey Jane, hey Alex. Thank you for saying that. And Alison and Mandy and Hazel. So you're very welcome on both channels. And before you know it, hey Joe, say hi to Jan, Keith, Chris, John and Jesse. Hi guys, you're very, very welcome. Hey Jane, hey Mona. For all of those who are joining for the first time, you're especially welcome. Hey Danielle, hey Joe in London, Margaret in Port Stewart. So just get settled in. The rules of engagement are dead simple. For those of you who played before, welcome back. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, you're especially welcome. There you go. No answers on the feed, so because you're super smart and will get super excited, you'll be tempted to put answers on the feed, but you know that by now. Hey William, Rhonda, Paddy from the coal pits, and Danielle. Afternoon, Isabel. So, how are you all doing? Because it's all getting madder and madder. So this little thing that we started back in March, we'll keep doing it because, well, it just might help a little bit. I've got a special, hey William, Elaine, Joe, Deborah, I've got something I want to say. So we started doing this just to keep everybody mentally on the straight and narrow, watching me for 2 hours at the weekend. And I think there's something good about this because you can engage with your friends and family that you don't see. Special from our little quiz community this evening, a special shout out to Paul McCollum. We are quizzing in a hospital. Paul, speedy recovery. Just relax, don't get too stressed, but speedy recovery from all of us in Vincent's Kitchen Quiz. Just you get yourself better. Okay, Paul? Thinking about you, buddy. And hello to everybody. So there you go. What have I got for you this evening? We've got 4 rounds. I've been told to slow down a bit. So this kind of notion that we have to be finished within the hour, we'll just take her nice and handy, give you plenty of time, particularly on connections. We'll come on to connections. We have a full course of connections this evening. We have a first in our picture round, but let me give you a quick overview on what we have. We've got 3 famous women. I know there's a lot more than 3, but I picked 3. We've got 3 famous foods after places. We've got 3 famous Toms, 3 catchphrases. You like those, so we've got 3 catchphrases this evening. We have a full picture round. We've full connections. We'll come on to connections in round 2. Then your picture round, we've got 3 nursery rhyme characters. I hope the kids have stayed up. We've got 3 airlines. We've got 3 famous Olympians. And our first ever, we've got a map. A map for you geography freaks. And then we'll finish with 3 what comes first, 3 biggest TV audiences, 3 movie quotes with a lovely graphic. Thank you to Alan at Art Media. And 3 famous missing from famous fours, because everything is famous in the kitchen. We don't do obscure stuff. We do challenging stuff, but not what the heck's he talking about. Well, you say that anyway, of course, what the heck's he talking about. Anyway, You catch my drift? Well, good luck if you did. Okay, so let's get started. On Facebook and YouTube, every answer is worth a point. We've got 48 points up for grabs this evening on our Quizzy Quiz. We'll tell you about tomorrow's party quiz before we sign off. So enjoy. That's what it's all about. Good luck. Get your pens, your papers, your crayons out. And sure, let's get started. So, 3 famous women. Number 1. Famous woman number 1. The year is 1928. The first female to fly across the Atlantic. Is your famous woman number 1. 1928. The first female to fly across the Atlantic. Good luck. Famous woman number 2. 1966 is your year. She became the 3rd Prime Minister of India. Is your famous woman number 2. The year is 1966, and this lady became the 3rd Prime Minister of India. Is your famous woman number 2. Hey, look, how are you doing? Welcome back, Geraldine, Ian, Paddy. You're all truly welcome. And you too, look, how's things going for you? And I'll tell you also about our website. Yep. Conquering Music Licensing, and yeah. Famous woman number 3. Played by Prunella Scales between 75 and 79. She kept Basil together at Faulty Towers. Prunella Scales. Which famous woman kept Basil together at Faulty Towers? Is your famous woman number 3. Hey, Billy, Sam, Reese, good evening to you guys on YouTube. Sandbaggers we've got a Belfast contingent this evening, Sam. And welcome to the Mac Jacks. So there was your 3 famous women. And don't worry if you're late to the party, even though it's Friday. We'll do a recap, as we always do at the end of each round. Okay. Next set of 3, 4 through 6 inclusive, are your famous foods from places. Famous foods from places. Famous food from place number 1. Your description. A thin, parboiled sausage of pure pork in a casing of sheep's intestine. Ooh. Germany's 5th largest city and its financial capital on the River Main. Is your clue. Famous food from place. A thin, parboiled sausage of pure pork in this sheep's intestine casing. Germany's financial centre on the River Main is your clue. Your famous food from place number 1, or question number 4. Hey Stephen, hey Joseph, hey Lauren. So your thin parboiled sausage, Germany's financial capital on the River Main. Not the River Main that flows near here, but the River Main without an E. Famous food after place number 2. Prosciutto. A ham named after the 2nd most populous city in the Emilia-Romagna region after Bologna. We did that last week, but not Bologna. The 2nd most populous city in this region. Prosciutto. A ham is your famous food from place number 2. Prosciutto. Named after the 2nd most populous city in the Emilia-Romagna province after Bologna. who made the famous sauce last week. There you go. We connect everything from week to week. Okay, ready for famous, I should slow down, famous food from place number 3. Hey, Catherine, Maria, D and the Belfast ones all on tonight. Fantastic. Welcome, guys. And your famous food from place number 3. A salad. A salad via a famous New York hotel named after a town in an historical territory in southern Germany where the Astoria family originated from. So let's just go through that one nice and calmly. A salad via a famous New York hotel. This hotel was named after a town in the historical territory in southern Germany where the Astoria family heralded from. Name this salad after a place. Hey, Scotty. Hey, Liam. So there's 3 foods after places. And what's your next set of 3? Well, I'll be back to you in a second. Yeah. Tricky. This is a tricky quizzy quiz for Quizzers Quiz. The 3 famous Toms. Probably the quizziest component of tonight. But then we've got connections. Wonderful picture round with a map. Oh. 3 famous Toms. Okay. Famous Tom number 1. Famous Tom number 1. Scott. Famous Tom number 1. Tom Marvolo Riddle. Tom Marvolo Riddle? Who's that? Tom Marvolo Riddle. Is your famous Tom number 1? Tom Marvolo Riddle. Hey, Paul, Lucy, Owen. Welcome to our weekend. Tom Marvolo Riddle. Famous Tom number 1. Who's that? $12 points in every round. At the end of each round, give us your team name and your score. If you want. It's not mandatory. Famous Tom number 2. Interesting fact, the stuff you learn here. The first fairy tale printed in English in 1621. I must get one of these screens that I can look at all my questions so I don't have to look at it. The first fairy tale printed in English in 1621. There's more. His adventures include being swallowed by a cow, tangling with giants, and becoming a favourite of King Arthur. Is your famous Tom number 2. The first ever fairy tale printed in English in 1621. His achievements include being swallowed by a cow, tangling with giants, and becoming a favourite of King Arthur. Is your famous Tom number 2. Famous enough for you? Famous Tom number 3. On your quiz. Also called Life Among the Lowly. Life Among the Lowly. It was published in 1852. It is an anti-slavery novel by American author Harriet Beecher Stowe, and it had a profound effect on attitudes toward African Americans in the US. Name this famous Tom number 3. Also called Life Among the Lowly. Published in 1852, it is an anti-slavery publication. A famous novel. Your famous Tom number 3. See, it's a highbrow highbrow, but doable. Tom's a clue. Hey Noel, hey Kieran. So there's your three famous Toms. So we'll just relax a little bit. We did our first attempt last week at catchphrase, thanks to Alan Kirk at Art Media and his wonderful adeptness at graphics. So, three famous women, yep. Three famous foods after places, three famous Toms, and then we'll do three famous catchphrases. So, as the man said, catchphrase, say what you say. Catchphrase number one. Say what you say, or write down what you say. Is your famous catchphrase number one? Okay. Catchphrase number two. Write down what you say. And catchphrase number three. Good, aren't they? Those catchphrases are good. Okay, so let's recap on all of round one, shall we? So round one, we had your three famous women. So 1928, the first female to fly across the Atlantic. 1966, she became the third Prime Minister of India and played by Prunella Scales between 75 and 79. She kept Basil together at Fawlty Towers. Your foods after places, the thin parboiled sausage, named after or from Germany's fifth largest city and its financial capital on the River Main, not the one near Cullybaggey. Prosciutto, a ham, after the second most populous city in the Emilia Romagna region after Bologna, and your salad after your New York hotel, emanating from this historical territory in southern Germany where the Astoria family originated from. Your famous Toms. Tom Marvolo, Riddle, first fairy tale in English, famous Tom number two. A favourite of King Arthur, and then Life Among the Lowly, the 1852 anti-slavery novel, is your famous Tom number three. And then we did three catchphrases. Okay, guys, so how do you feel you got on out of 12? Tricky enough, but it is your quizzy quiz for quizzers quiz, so I hope you got on okay. Well, let's find out, shall we? So round one, your answers. Amelia Earhart was your first female to fly across the Atlantic. Indira Gandhi, the third Prime Minister of India. Did you get Sybil Fawlty keeping a handle on basil? Your Frankfurter, your Parma ham, your Waldorf salad. Your three foods after places. Tom Thumb comes after Lord Voldemort, or Mort. Apparently it should be pronounced Voldemort, but instead of Voldemort. From, yes, that Tom Marvolo riddle. Tom Thumb was being swallowed by a cow. Uncle Tom's Cabin. Well done if you got Uncle Tom's Cabin. And your catchphrases, your inside job, your Oliver Twist, and your wish upon a star. So let me know how you're getting on out of 12. So your maximum in that first round was 12 amazing points were available. Those catchphrases are good, aren't they? Thanks, Alan. They're good. Awesome. Round two. A blindingly, even if I say so myself, delicately and emotionally made connection course. A full round of connections. For those of you who haven't played connections before, good luck. You get 3 bits of rather obtuse information. You join the dots and you figure out what connects. Where's your team, Brian? You're asking me, or is it a kind of reflective, philosophical question? So, 12 connections. Good luck. There's maybe a million pointer in here. Maybe. A million pointer, by the way, is a question I dedicate on the side for a question that I think nobody in their right mind deserves to get. Stay tuned. There may be. Connection number 1. What connects? What connects Michelangelo, Beauty and the Beast, and Eden? Eden, Michelangelo, and Beauty and the Beast. And this is the round where I need to slow down. So off you go. I'll leave you alone. Michelangelo, Beauty and the Beast, and Eden is what connects. Number 1. Yeah, we'll try and stick with the R model, Eileen. Yeah, sure. Is that me? You wouldn't want to be looking at me for more than an hour. 5 minutes. That would do. Well done, Scott. 10. Is this your debut? Okay. What connects number 2? What connects the Academy Awards, the picture of Dorian Gray, and the phonetic alphabet? Is your connection number 2. What connects the phonetic alphabet, the picture of Dorian Gray, and the Academy Awards? Excellent start, the Sandbaggers. Connection number 3. What connects the police, the highest paid actress in the world in 2010 and 2012, and a British triple Formula One champion. Okay. A British triple Formula One champ, the highest paid actress on the planet in 2010 and 2012, and the police. Now, what kind of police is he talking about? Well, I'll leave that one with you. The police, the highest paid actress in the world in 2010 and 2012, and a British triple Formula One champ is your What Connects number 3. You had 110, but after a recount it was only 10. Yeah, just a slight adjustment there of 100 points. There. Stephen, Therese, welcome to the room. Okay, connection 4. What connects? What connects a waterfall, Buffy, and Gabriel is your connection number 4. Gabriel, a waterfall, and Buffy. What connects number 4? Aye. Right over my head, Scott. Very good, very good. Bit of a recount there in Pennsylvania. Okay, so there was first 4. Okay, so far. 5. What connects a fruit with Prince and a crimson kind of rose colour? A crimson kind of rose colour, Prince and a fruit is your connection. What connects 5? Six. What connects? What connects David Gates? Who? David Gates. Money. And a 1980s Liverpool-based sitcom is your connection 6, I believe. Your 1980s Liverpool-based sitcom, David Gates, and money is your What Connects number 6. Tricky connection number 7. Excuse me. Okay, connection 7. What connects a large Canadian body of salt water, almost famous, and an American actor born Roy Harold Scherer, a permanent heartthrob of the golden age of Hollywood, is your What Connects number 7. A large Canadian body of salt water. What connects that with almost famous, with this permanent heartthrob of golden age of Hollywood born Roy Harold Scherer. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that because we don't know him by that name. This Hollywood heartthrob of the golden age of Hollywood, that's connected with Almost Famous, that's connected with this large Canadian body of salt water, is your rather obtuse connection 7. Slow down a wee bit, yeah. Give you a bit more time. Don't worry, we won't go much over the hour. Maybe 2 hours, 2.5. Only kidding. Connection number 8. What connects a data arrangement with Cape Town with the zone of saturation? Is your weird connection number 8. The zone of saturation with Cape Town and this data arrangement is your connection number 8. Data arrangement, Cape Town, zone of saturation. Good luck. 4 to go. Number 9. What connects? What connects the legend of Sleepy Hollow, the Pacific Northwest, and or Best Actor from 2001? Best Actor, 2001. To be clear, the movie was 2001, because you're smart. The award for Best Actor was actually given in 2002. But anyway, Best Actor, 2001 movie, received 2002, with your Pacific Northwest, with the legend of Sleepy Hollow. Is your what connects number 9. Connections are tricky, but they're good. You don't need to get all 3. You maybe don't even need to get 2. You probably need 1 to have a chance. All it takes is 1 to spark. It's all about a spark. Connection number 10. What connects a big cat with Peter Sellers with Chadwick Boseman? Chadwick Boseman passed away not so long ago. Peter Sellers and a big cat is your what connects 10. Big cat, Chadwick Boseman, Peter Sellers. Okay, we're definitely in the home straight now. Connection number 11. Connections are time consuming. I do slave over the proverbial stove on connections, but they're worth it, I think. Connection number 11. What connects a snake with the life of Brian with a mythical serpent? Is your what connects number 11? Your mythical serpent, the life of Brian, and the snake is your what connects number 11. And your final connection. The trickiest one. Maybe not quite 1,000,000 points, but it certainly deserves a drink, a pat on the back for anybody. Well, more than that, but you catch my drift. It's tricky. Final connection. Let's go out with a blast, shall we? Your final connection. What connects a shrub or small tree with a Aussie rules team with the UK's first ever Formula 1 champ? God, we're busy in the old Formula 1 this evening. So what connects this shrub or small tree with the UK's first ever Formula 1 champion with an Aussie rules team? Is your rather obtuse, clever, difficult, tricky connection number 12. It's a good one, isn't it? Shrub, small tree, Aussie rules team, UK's first ever Formula 1 champion. That's a good connection. So let's put them all up in light, shall we? Round 2 questions. So here's your connections in wonderful Technicolor. Michelangelo, Beauty and the Beast, Eden, Academy Awards, the picture of Dorian Gray, the phonetic alphabet. The Police, the highest paid actress in the world, 2010 and again in 2012. This British triple Formula 1 champion. What connects a waterfall, Buffy and Gabriel? What connects a fruit, Prince and a crimson rose colour? What connects David Gates, money, and an 80s Liverpool sitcom? What connects this large Canadian body of salt water, Almost Famous, and an American actor born Roy Harold Scherer, a permanent heartthrob of the golden age of Hollywood? I like the metaphor, Deirdre. Yes, like a stew. Your data arrangement. Cape Town, the zone of saturation. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, the Pacific Northwest, and your best actor in 2001. I did tell you he didn't receive the award until the following year, so if some of you smart people say you got the year wrong, I'd just like to qualify that because you're the smartiest quizzers I've ever met. Your Big Cat, Peter Sellers and Chadwick Boseman. Your Snake, The Life of Brian and a Mythical Serpent. Your Shrub or Small Tree, your Aussie rules team with the UK's first Formula 1 champ. Awesome. So how did you get on in round 2? Well, only one way to find out, guys. Good for those of you who played Connections for the first time. I hope you found the experience, I was going to say exhilarating. It's only a flipping quiz, for God's sake. Vincent, relax. So, of course, we had the creation of Adam, the Prince Adam, Beauty and the Beast, with Adam and Eve, of course. Oscar Wilde. Oscar, as in the Academy Awards, as in O in the phonetic alphabet. The Police, Stuart Copeland. Did you get Kristen Stewart? Twilight, the highest paid actress in the world, 2010, 2012. And Jackie Stewart was your British triple Formula 1 champ. Your Angel Waterfalls in Venezuela. Your Buffy Angel. Your Gabriel Angel Gabriel. Your Fruit. Your Raspberry Beret even. Your colour Raspberry. David Gates from Bread. Money. Bread. 80s Liverpool sitcom Bread. Your large Canadian body of salt water is, of course, your Hudson Bay. Your Rock Hudson, believe it or not, was born Roy Harold Scherer and Kate Hudson from the wonderful, Almost Famous. Table Mountain, your water table, your table for data arrangement. Denzel Washington, Training Day was the movie. Washington Irving. Washington is your Pacific Northwest state. The scores are coming in thick and fast, you smarty pants. You whiz kids. Your Legend of Sleepy Hollow, I've done that. Your Big Cat, Peter Sellers, is of course your Panther, Black Panther, Pink Panther, Monty Python, Python. Your Mike Hawthorne, 1958. Well done, anybody who figured that one out with the Hawthorne Hawks. Your Hawthorne Melbourne Aussie Rules team with your Shrub or Small Tree. Welcome back. So Fandabadozi, how are you getting on? Is this good quizzy quiz this evening? Is it up to the usual low standards? Sorry, high standards? Okay, your picture round. We've got a first in here. We've got a map. For the first time ever, we've got a map, but it's only 3 parts, so don't panic if you hate geography. Okay, so we'll start with, I hope the kids are up. First 3, nursery rhyme characters. Nursery rhyme character number 1. I haven't done this before. There's always a danger of repeating stuff, especially at my age. Nursery rhyme character number 1. We definitely haven't done this. Who's this? Nursery rhyme character number 2. Who's this? Yeah, keep posting those scores, you high flyers, where you're from and your team name and of course your scores. So far we have 24 points. Nursery rhyme character number 3. Who's this? Simile, not a metaphor. You see, Deirdre, I could do nothing without you picking holes. Anyway, only kidding. Thank you for a simile. That was the stew. Okay, we did 3 nursery rhyme characters. We now do 3 airlines. 3 airlines. God bless the airlines today. Tricky. Airline, who's this? Airline number 2. And finally, tricky, well, not the final, but the final airline. Airline number 3. Okay, so your next set of three is, or map. So you're going to get a map of Canada. Canada contains provinces and territories, so there's 10 provinces and 3 territories. So I've numbered the 3 that you have to guess. This is our first attempt at a map, so wish me luck as well as good luck to you. So 1, 2, 3, the province or the territory. Yep, 1, 2, 3, your province or your territory for 7, 8, and 9. So thanks, Alan, for helping out with that one. So you either love those or you absolutely hate them. Okay, that's why we mix it up. So your final 3, we have got three major epic Olympians. All have records of description, or one description or another. So your famous Olympian, who's this? Famous Olympian, who's this? And your final record breaking famous Olympian, who's this? I think we'll do a US map, Deirdre, when it all settles down, whenever that is. Okay, let's fly through your 3 nursery rhyme characters. Good evening to you, Hassan. Your 3 airlines. Your Canadian provinces or territories. There were 3 that I wanted. 1, 2, and 3. And then we did your 3 historic record-breaking Olympians. 1. You're in form tonight, Deirdre. Famous Olympian number 2. Is that wall a metaphor or a simile in his case? And your famous Olympian record breaker number 3. Okie dokie. So there you go. We had a interesting picture round. So let's see how you got on. So this would take us up to the end of round 3, or 36 potential points. So here are your answers to your pictures. So your 3 Disney rhyme characters: Old King Cole, Humpty Dumpty, Old MacDonald. United Airlines, well done. Anybody who spotted United took over. That was the Continental logo, I believe, at one stage. They absorbed Continental Qantas. Well done if you get Emirates. You're especially spectacularly well done if you got Newfoundland, you got Manitoba, and especially well done if you plucked Yukon out of the northwest of Canada. You're Michael Phelps, the all-time Olympian in terms of, how many? Is it 28 medals this guy has won? Well done if anybody got Bob Beamon. Bob Beamon in 1968 broke the long jump record by almost 2 feet. And it stood until 1991 for a little bit of extra information until a certain Mike Powell. So well done if you got Bob Beamon. And there you had well done if you got Nadia Comaneci, who got a perfect 10 in 76 in Canada's Montreal. There we go, back in the room. So out of 36 points, how are you getting on? And I hope this is good. Tomorrow evening, this is our little plug, tomorrow evening is our party quiz, which is quizzy, less so, but still quizzy mind, more entertainment-y, more music-y, and you'll be very welcome, very welcome. No masks, no social distancing here. Invite your friends, family for a little bit of fun. And we're going to be working on our website in the next few weeks to expand this repertoire, this madness, and that's me I'm talking about. Okay, your final round of 3. You'll have to log on to the website, but it'll be easy. You're smart, so you'll figure it out. But we'll be able to play music and do competitions and all sorts of stuff. I still have ambition. Final round. And all I ask, it's all free. Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Spread the gospel, if you like. Okay, final round. We're in the home straight, guys. I won't keep you much more than another couple of hours. No. We're in the last round. So thank you. We slowed down just a tad because I was told to. Just relax. Ask less questions or slow down. Your choice. So for now, I've kept the questions the same and I've slowed down. What came first? So 3, what came first? You okay, Paul, down there? You handling the pressure okay? 3, what came first? What came first from this lot? They're all connected. Everything's connected here in Famous. What came first? Was it NATO, the Warsaw Pact, the EU, or was it the League of Nations? What came first? League of Nations, jot these down, League of Nations, EU, Warsaw Pact, or NATO? So NATO, you can do WP, hopefully you remember it's the Warsaw Pact, EU, League of Nations, LOM, League of Nations. What came first? League of Nations, NATO, Warsaw Pact, EU. What came first? Number 2. What came first, number 2? Was it Sputnik 1, Apollo 1, Mercury, or Vostok 1? What came first? Vostok 1, Mercury, Apollo 1, or Sputnik 1? What came first? Number 2. Good scoring, guys. Good scoring. Barking mad. Good scoring. The Thunderbroads. How yous all doing? Where are we tuning in from tonight? Cora? Are we in Stuttgart? Are we in Italy? Are we in Washington? Are we in Longford? Where are we? Tell me. Shamrock Solitude between Loch Elan, Coleraine. And your what came first, number 3. What came first? First supersonic flight, FSF. No, first supersonic flight. Discovery of nylon, just write down nylon. Nuclear power stations were introduced. Nuclear power stations. Watson and Crick show molecular DNA structure. What came first? DNA, when it was kind of established or introduced or shown by Watson and Crick. Nuclear power stations were introduced, the discovery of nylon, or the first supersonic flight. What came first? Hello, Fred from Sarasota. Is that Sarasota on the Gulf Coast? Originally from Armagh. Fred, are you tuning in from Sarasota? Siesta Key? Yeah. Okay, your next set of 3. I've been to Sarasota, if it's the same Sarasota. I give you dates. These are 3 of the biggest TV audiences ever. 3 of the biggest TV audiences ever. So I give you the dates and you figure out what was being broadcast. There you go, Claire. Siesta Key, Sarasota, where the Mississippi sands wash up on Florida. Biggest TV audiences. Broadcast number 1, the 13th of July 1985. 13th of July 1985 is your biggest TV audience number 1. What would that have been? July 13, 1985. July 13, 1985 is your biggest TV audience number 1. Biggest TV audience number 2, July 20, 1969. July 20, 1969 is your massive TV audience broadcast thingy number 2. July 20, 1969. What would that have been? And your massive TV audience number 3, September 6, 1997. September the 6th, 1997. What broadcast would that have been? September 6, 1997. Okie dokes. So now we have another graphic. God, we're busy in the old graphics this evening. We've got, sorry about the squeaky chair. We've got, let's get that oiled for tomorrow evening. We've got, okay, you have to identify 3 movies. So you've got the initials of a line from a movie. You've got the initials in the middle of the movie, and you've got the initials of the character who said the thingy. I'll just put this up and then it'll be easier. So identify the movie. Okay. So you've got the quote to the left, the initials of the quote. You've got the initials of said movie in the middle, which is what I want. So I'm interested in SI. And you've got the initials of the character to the right that said quote. But I'm after the movie in the middle. So initials of quote to the left. Initials of movie is the answer I'm after in centre, and initials of character who said quote to right. But I'm after, in this case, SI, the name of the movie. Okay, same goes for identify the movie from the quote. Same structure, number 2. So, to the left you've got the initials of famous quote. In the centre you've got the initial of the movie that I'm after, and you've got the initials of character who said quote to right. Remember, in this case, it's the G I'm interested in from the quote, which is on the left. Super job. And your final famous movie quote. The quote is to the left. In the middle is the movie I'm after. And to the right is character. Person who said the famous quote. Remember, it's the bit in the middle, the name of the movie that I am seeking. Okay, dokes, your final 3 in tonight's quiz. Thank you very much for continuing to tune in and support this venture. It's all completely free. So please like, share, subscribe, spread the good news. And leading up to the launch of our spectacular website in the next few weeks, God willing. And it will allow me to do so much more and get carried away even more. So your numbers encourage me. More people are watching on YouTube now than Facebook. That's super. Don't care. Just want to know that I'm doing the right thing. So please keep encouraging me, or give me feedback or criticisms. I'll take it all. Okay, your final set of 3. What's missing from famous groups of 4? So you get 3, but what's missing? First 3 of 4, and you figure out what's missing. You get canines, you get molars, and you get premolars. Premolars, molars, and canines. What's missing? Canines, molars, and premolars. What's missing from that famous 4? What's missing from this group of 4? I give you Vanuatu. I give you the Vatican City. And I give you Venezuela. What's missing? Venezuela, Vatican City, Vanuatu. What's missing? Figure out the group, the association, and what's missing. Vanuatu, the Vatican City, and Venezuela. What's missing from famous 4, number 2? Okay, and your final question in tonight's Quizzy Quiz for Quizzers Quiz, your final group of 4. I'll give you a hand. Capital cities on the Danube. You get 3. What capital city have I not given you? I give you Vienna. I give you Bratislava. And I give you Budapest. Which capital city that's on the Danube have I not given you? I remind you, Vienna, Bratislava, and Budapest. The missing capital city on the Danube. Okay, so let's throw them up, shall we? So we had your what came first from NATO, the Warsaw Pact, EU, and League of Nations. What came first? What came first? Sputnik 1, Apollo 1, Mercury, or Vostok 1? What came first? Was it the first supersonic flight? Was it the discovery of nylon? Was it nuclear power stations when they were introduced? Was it Watson and Crick who show the DNA structure? Your 3 biggest TV audiences, I give you the dates, you figure out the broadcast. July 13, 85. July 20, 1969. And finally, September 6, 1997. Your movie quotes, you had to give me the movie. Number 1. Remember, it's the movie in the middle. Oh, the movie in the middle and the initials of the quote to the left. And your second movie quote. Remember, it's the name of the movie. I'm slowing down, Danielle, so you can get caught up. The name of the movie in the middle. Your movie quote to the left, the movie in the middle that I'm after, and the initials of who said quote. So there they are, Danielle, and then we finished with what's missing from your famous groups of 4. I give you canines, molars, premolars. Missing. Am I telling the truth? Vanuatu, Vatican City, Venezuela. What's missing? Or where's missing? And Vienna, Bratislava, Budapest, the capital city on the Danube. So I'll leave that up a few seconds because my wrists have been slapped that I broke ranks and moved too quickly. So what came first? Your NATO, Warsaw Pact, EU, League of Nations, Sputnik 1, Apollo 1, Mercury or Vostok 1, your first supersonic flight, discovery of nylon, nuclear power stations, introduced, Watson and Crick, show molecular DNA structure. What came first? Your biggest TV audiences? Okay, I hope that helps, Danielle, and give you a few moments to gather your thoughts. I'll maybe pop up your movie quotes once again. Just remember it's the movie in the middle I'm after. Famous quote to the left, movie in the centre, character, said quote to the right. It's the S I am after. It's the G that I'm after. And it's the A13 that I'm after. Okay guys, thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in. I was good at slowing down, apart from at the end. So thank you very much. Like, share, whatever, good, just thank you. And tomorrow evening or party quiz, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. And tomorrow evening we'll play some tunes. I'll update you tomorrow as to specific content, so you're very welcome. There's loads of room here, loads of room to let your hair down without masks, loads of room, and you'd be very welcome. Same time, same place, your place. Okay, your answers to your final round. Yep, the movies were tough. Yep, yeah, they were tough. Yep, but you guys are smart. So there you go. You've got your League of Nations in 1920 came first. Your Sputnik 1 came first in 1957, and it was the discovery of nylon in 1938. The Biggest TV audiences. Vincent's Kitchen Quiz, Live 8, July 85 was your audience. Number 1, Apollo 11, Neil Armstrong, One Small Step, July 20, 1969, and Funeral of Princess Diana. I lulled you into a full sense of security on the beach at Sarasota, and your famous movie quotes. Go ahead and make my day. Harry Callahan's Sudden Impact. Shaken, whatever, not stirred. Another martini, shaken, not stirred. James Bond. In the week that was in it, it had to be James Bond. R.I.P. Sean Connery. Apollo 13. Houston, we have a problem. Apollo 13. What's missing? Your incisive incisors. Your Vietnam is your 4th country, beginning with V. And the 4th capital on the Danube is Belgrade. So it's all good. Invite your friends and family, wherever they are, for a bit of madness. Out of 48, let me know how well you did. Send me some comments. Either way, it's all good. Team names, it's all free. Tomorrow evening we'll do something similar, but with a entertainment-y twist. You're all very welcome, guys. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Keep each other well. Look after each other. Paul, special mention for you. Take it easy, cuz. And I'll see you tomorrow evening. Well, you'll see me. Same time, same place, your place. Look forward. Bye-bye.